On a quiet farm in central Delaware, a boar lived a mundane existence, spending his days rooting through slop, wallowing in the mud, and sleeping under the shade of old oak trees. Life was predictable, even boring, and the boar knew nothing else. He had no aspirations, no desires beyond his simple routine. The nights passed as uneventfully as the days, until one didn't. It started with a hum, a vibration that rattled the ground under the boar's hooves. He watched in confusion as cows, horses, and pigs were lifted into the sky by beams of light, disappearing into the belly of a massive hovering UFO. Then the boar felt his hooves leave the ground as well. Inside the ship, he saw the other animals suspended in glowing cages under the watch of eerie, insect-like beings. The creatures communicated in strange, telepathic buzzes as they experimented, dissecting the animals in front of the boar's eyes. When it was the boar's turn, he was placed in a tube filled with thick liquid. Helpless, he watched as the aliens dragged a human man into the adjacent tube. The liquid around them swirled and turned murky. A searing pain coursed through the boar as both he and the man screamed, their bodies merging in a horrible fusion. Time became irrelevant. The boar was trapped in the tube for what felt like years, surrounded by the ever-present buzz of the insect-like creatures. His new form was grotesque, neither man nor beast. The creature could do little but tap his heavy hooves against the glass, lost in the rhythm. But the taps weren't random. They became rhythmic, like a drummer lost in a trance. The insect-like aliens noticed. Their clicks, low hums, and chirps began to mimic the boar's beat, responding in frantic excitement. Fascinated by this strange music, the aliens granted him an unexpected gift: freedom. They returned him to what they thought was his home, but it wasn't. The boar found himself at an abandoned slaughter farm, miles from any town. The place was desolate, rotting, a graveyard of rusted tools and forgotten buildings. He wandered the grounds, fighting a constant war within himself. He craved seclusion, yet both his human and animal urges tugged at his fractured mind. In the years that followed, the abandoned farm became a hangout spot for local thrill seekers. They never stayed long, though. Unease always crept in after sundown. Over time, rumors spread of a strange creature lurking near the old smokehouse. It wore tattered flannel and pants like a human man. They called him Boar, a giant, upright beast that roamed the woods, feasting on wildlife. People had gone missing in the area, but no one dared speak of it too loudly. He became something of a ghost story, whispered about at bars and bonfires. When the wind was just right and the moon high, anyone foolish enough to linger near the farm might hear the rhythmic tapping and banging of hooves on metal echoing through the dark. Those who heard it knew better than to stay. They fled back to the safety of the town's lights, leaving Boar to his lonesome existence in the shadows, forever at war with the beast and man inside him.